Good evening. May I request everyone to please have seat? So, I just mentioned good evening and warm welcome to all the esteemed guests of this evening. It has been last 2 years since we all have been not able to connect physically, though we were connected to each other very well because in Saraswat Bank the customer connect is the most precious thing for us. But now today is the occasion and the opportunity. So we thought that all our esteemed, valued customers in this area we will be again meeting for our interaction, our feedbacks, and also reconnecting with each other. So I request Gautam sir to take over and take the things forward. Thank you.
A very good evening to all of you. I see so many friends and familiar faces gathered here, perhaps for the first time after COVID. I know you have come here braving the rains and the potholes, but still quite a few of our friends are yet to join us. We have got a lot of calls, so I'm sorry we started a bit late, and they'll be joining us very soon. Today, this informal gathering is called a customer meet, for lack of a better word, I suppose. I would much rather consider it to be a celebration of trust and an expression of gratitude. मराठीत म्हणायचं झालं तर कृतज्ञता. I say a celebration of trust and an expression of gratitude for the journey that we have all shared together and will continue to do so in the years to come. Before I begin with the main event for the day, let me introduce the eminent board of directors present here. Just like some of our friends, some of our directors are also right now stuck in traffic or on the airport, so they might join us a little bit late. I will start with Savaikar sir, former DMD of State Bank of India. Savaikar sahab was instrumental in the business process re-engineering of Saraswat Bank. 20 years ago, we were a very small bank, about 2,000-3,000 crore rupees was our turnover. And he designed the whole structure for the bank, and that has helped us to scale heights. After that, we have Shri Kishore Angnekar Sahib. He is a former chairman and eminent person in various social, cultural and educational institutions in Mumbai and Maharashtra. Shri Samir Kumar Banerjee sir, former managing director, 40 years he served in Saraswat Bank, and now he heads the board of management of Saraswat Bank. Shri Hemant Rathi, industrialist. You all must be knowing Ram Bandhu Masale, that ad on TV. So he is the owner of that brand, which is quite popular in Maharashtra and Western India. Next to him is Shri Kiran Umrutkar, again a career banker. He was heading Standard Chartered Bank Treasury in India. Next to him is Shri Samir Shirodkar, IT professional. He heads a team of 500 in Tata Consultancy Services. Uh, on again, I'm sorry, I can't see that far. Yes, Dr. Sandhya Kamath. Um she was a dean of KEM as well as San Hospital, an eminent person in the field of medicine. Uh, on this side again, one more lady doctor, Dr. Saman. Did I miss anybody there? Yes, she was also municipal councillor, and she was a part of the Women's Commission of Government of Maharashtra. We are joined right now by Padma Shri Madhu Mangesh Karnik ji, our senior most director. He needs no introduction in Maharashtra. Well-known figure with 75 books to his credit. He is our senior most director and a fatherly figure whom we look up to. After all, we always require the blessings of elders, and it is their guidance and tutelage, and that keeps us rooted to our moorings. Again, coming towards this side, Shri Satish Lotlikar, an educationist. He is the trustee of Indian Education Society, which is the largest educational institute in the city of Mumbai, with over 50 schools and many colleges. Right now you must have passed the architecture college here also on its way. Srimati Geeta Kulkarni, an architect. She studied Delhi University, gold medalist, and also from Boston. Next to her is Shri Mandar Kadam. He is an engineer as well, an MBA who has worked in various asset management companies like Franklin Templeton and others. On the far side is we have now two managing directors. Earlier there was only one managing director, but this year onwards there are two managing directors. Managing Director Business is Shri Abhijit Prabhu. Quite a few of the borrowers present here might be knowing him personally when he was heading SME Ville Parle. And the other Managing Director on this side is Mrs. Aarti Patil. She is MD Operations. Like he heads business, she heads the operations. So everything apart from the business, be it HR, IT, compliance, audit, all those functions. So like most bigger banks, we are following a structure which will give us, the necessary organizational wherewithal for growth. Today, as I said, stuck in traffic or at the airport are a few of our other colleagues. One or two, of course, could not come to Mumbai. They are Mr. Ambeskar. He is also a career state banker. He is also on our board. Mr. Saudagar, eminent chartered accountant from Sindhudurga district. I believe his brother is here. I just got introduced to him. And Shri Kishore Masurkar, an eminent industrialist. He heads the fifth largest, I think, ophthalmological pharmaceutical company in the world. Today he is in London, so he could not join us. So friends, we have a board here from various fields, from banking, business, other social and organizations. And with this board and the predecessor board, Saraswat Bank is today in its 104th year. And in this journey, it has become not only India's but Asia's largest cooperative bank. becoming bigger is one thing, but I think the core strength of this bank is that it is not only a bigger bank but a stronger bank. म्हणजे फक्त मोठी नाही तर भक्कम आणि सक्षम अशी ही बँक आहे. नेट NPAs are less than 1%, 0.6% actually. And these are the strong fundamentals which are required. Just being bigger in size and having huge NPAs is of no use. So we try and run a tight ship here. And this year, in India's 75th year of independence, Saraswat Bank will be crossing the 75,000 crore mark in business. Actually, it will be much more. It will be around 80. But सांगायला चांगलं वाटतं ना, 75th year of independence, 75,000. So I put it that way. We are also have been ranked for 3 consecutive years in the Forbes World's Best Banks list. This is a very, very strict thing. In their criteria, if you don't get 80 marks, you don't even qualify. So, so coming in that list is quite a matter of, it shows the customer connect and customer service, which is a quality that they measure very strongly while they select these banks. So, we are in that list. And also, most of you I see here are businessmen, so size does matter. And so, in terms of the size of the bank, as I said, we are not only the largest in the cooperative sector, but we also rank amongst the Fortune 500 list in India. Exactly when we say that, what do we mean when we say the bank has become big? The bank doesn't become big. The customers of the bank become big. They grow. And when they grow, the bank grows with them. Also, new customers are added and they also grow. So that is how we have grown. Actually, we don't produce anything. We only help you to, Vak Sahib is here, he'll, I think, vouch for what I'm saying. And also many others, I will, for the paucity of time, I will not take individual names. But as I said, we are merely catalysts in your growth. It is your growth which, helps the bank grow. I am pleased to inform you that keeping your future growth in mind, including ours, of course, because when you grow, we will not grow naturally. So what are you going to require? Capital. So if you are going to require capital, we should have that capital. So I'm pleased to announce that on behalf of the Board of Directors, in the recently concluded annual general meeting, I announced a rights issue of 300 crores. This will almost double the core equity capital of the bank. And this is a rights issue. Mind you, if we wanted, we could have given this out for general public also, but no, we have kept it limited to our own shareholders. हा पहिला त्यांचा हक्क आहे कारण they have stayed with us for all these years, and I'm sure the rights issue will be subscribed very handsomely. Basically, with this rights issue, the bank will achieve a capital adequacy of 15%, which means that we will qualify for Basel III नावाचे international norms असतात, so we'll be Basel III, and that makes us eligible to be a universal bank. That means we'll be a cooperative bank, but we will be able to do all the businesses that are done by SBI, by ICICI or any other big bank. So today I know some of you working, especially the corporate and business, for your taxes you need to have accounts with some other banks. All of that will not be required. Everything will be under one roof at Saraswat Bank. All of this is to serve you better, as I said, and within the next 2 decades, after becoming a universal bank, many opportunities are going to come for your bank. I see no reason why Saraswat Bank will not be present across India and not only across India, within 20 years, I even don't see any reason why we would not be in New York, London, Dubai, Singapore. आता तुमच्यातले लोक काय म्हणतील की असं कसं होऊ शकतं. So I remind you what I said a few minutes ago, that 20 years ago we were 3,000 crore rupees. तो सपने तो देखने पड़ते हैं, और वो वही सपने देख के हम वहाँ से यहाँ आ चुके हैं. I am certain that this is not a pipe dream. We can definitely reach there within the next 20 years, seeing the progress that we have made in the past, demonstrated progress. You understand? We have already done that. No reason why we will not be able to reach the next stage, reach the next orbit. In the audience, I can see a lot of reputed and well-established businessmen, and also young entrepreneurs. With all the experience that we have gathered during this last 100 years. Experience, as I say, is a collective experience. It is a generational experience. It is passed on, like in your businesses, you will pass it on to your children or successors. Similarly, we are going to pass it on to our future executives, future boards. And this collective experience, with this experience, we have launched recently something called Mission Samruddhi. So please understand that today in the books of the bank there are about 1,25,000 borrowers. If I leave aside all those car loans, home loans, and other loans and this thing, the people with the MSME borrowers are about 10,000 borrowers. 10,000 borrowers is a good number, let me tell you. Why? Because 10,000 borrowers means that, look at the employment that they have generated. Even if you take an average of 25, that amounts to 2.5 lakh people have been employed here by all of you. And those 2.5 lakh, it is generally a thumb rule that you multiply it by 4, which is the family and indirect employment generated. So you people have generated an employment of about 10 lakhs. This is, most of them are first generation businessmen whom we funded 20, 30 years ago or are funding today. And this is the magic that has been created. Now, this comes from where? It comes from the capital of this bank. Where was this capital of this bank? कोई इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट आया क्या? नहीं. सरकार का पैसा है? नहीं. It is the money of commoners, of or the borrowers of the bank, which has raised the capital of this bank, and we have these 4,000 crores of capital and own funds, which is funding all these businesses and which is generating that employment of 10 lakhs, and going forward it will be much more. So this, why I am telling you all this is, please understand, it is not necessary that only industrialists can create businesses. It is even in cooperatives we can create socially conscious yet economically viable models, and Saraswat Bank is a very good example of that. Just like Amul, I would like to call it cooperative capitalism. If there are two best examples in India, it is Amul, which is a cooperative of milk farmers, and the other one is Saraswat, which is a cooperative formed by small borrowers. And you understand, that is how this bank has grown up. किसी इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट का इसमें पैसा नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट का पैसा नहीं है, आपका पैसा लगा हुआ है, और वहाँ से ये बैंक बनी है. Now, I also see a lot of eminent personalities here in the audience. All of you present here are equally important for us. You understand? It's not like that कौन बड़ा है, कौन किसका हमारे साथ क्या business है. That is not really important, because all of you are very, very important for us. So this today's, as I said, this celebration of trust is to felicitate some of you as a token of appreciation. You understand, it would not be possible to call everybody on the stage, but I'll take a few names so that we felicitate you on the stage. I would be even, and the board will, or all of us will be happy to hear from you, in about a few minutes. If you have something to say and express, I would be more than happy to oblige you with the mic. And that is how this program is. Once again, I tell you, this is a token felicitation. So please understand the spirit behind it. It is not possible to invite each and every person, although all of them are equally important to us. So I will begin by calling some of you on stage to be felicitated, and you can share your thoughts within a few minutes along with us. I will request some of my colleagues on the board to help me with the felicitations, because I am preoccupied with the mic. First, I am told that my name is Gautam, so I'll start with Gautam. No, there is another reason. Gautam Kalra of Madura, it's his birthday today, and Vipan Kalra ji, you should also come on stage. In 1998, 25 years ago, Kalra Group of Madura Industrial Textiles Limited. मधुबाई तुम्हाला आता तिथे पण नाव मधुरा आणि तुम्ही पण मधुबाई, सगळं योगायोग आहे. So, and may I know the name of the younger one? Ashu. So Kalra Group, Madura Industrial Textiles. In 1998, they started with a small loan of about 3 or 5 lakh rupees with Saraswat Bank. Today they have borrowings to the tune of 291 crores with the bank. They are one of the biggest manufacturers of industrial textile fabrics. These are used in tire industry and conveyor belts. रुकिए कालरा साहब, जल्दी नहीं है ना आपको, तो मालूम है बर्थडे हम लोग पार्टी भी रखे बाद में. तो you see all these Apollo tires, MRF, Seat, JK tires, all of them use their products in the tires. May I request you to say a few words, please?
Good evening, everybody. I would firstly like to apologize. I'm not really ready to have a lot of many words compiled together. Firstly, I would like to thank Thakur Sahab here for very, very kind words, and the board of Saraswat. It's been a very encouraging journey for us, and as he's mentioned, the 25 wonderful years, with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of good and bad, but a lot of hand-holding which has been done for us. We really have cherished the entire journey so far, and we have the 3 generations here today, the youngest being him here, my son. We look forward to be associated with Saraswat for more and more years to come. So sooner or later, some generation of ours will be addressing the 100th year of our association with Saraswat. I would thank you all for believing in us and keep encouraging us. Thank you so much.
So, beginning with the birthday boy, now I request Shri Satish Wagh, Supriya Life Sciences. As you know, Wagh Sahib had a very, very successful IPO recently. Supriya Life Sciences, again, 35 years ago, we started with Saraswat Bank, and today, I must say, he is a very well-known figure in industry in Maharashtra. Best Entrepreneur of the Year award that time by President of India, Srimati Pratibha Dai Patil. Uh, he was also heading all the association of this Chemixil, all this thing, and he did a Herculean job of, dealing with the government and I think, and many this thing. Of course, he has a huge social impact and footprint through various initiatives that he has done. I request Wag Sahib to share his thoughts here.
Respected Thakur Sahib, the board of the directors, indices, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, and the staff of the cooperative bank. जसं ठाकूर साहेबांनी आता मगाशी सांगितलं की प्रत्येकाला एक एम आणि एक विजन असते. The same vision I came in the business in 1987. And I'm very proud to say, in 87 I had gone to two banks. One was Canara Bank, who was pushing me for 6 months merry-go-round. And the second was Saraswat Cooperative Bank. I'm born and brought up in Jogeshwari, where all the Saraswat top people were staying. They had a building. I used to play cricket in the building. I used to know everybody. So finally I met Mr. Patkar, who sanctioned me in 87 with 3,35,000 rupees working capital. That's my start of the career of my bank with Saraswat. I completed almost 35 years, 36th year is running. Very proud to say, in my journey and in my career, the integrity and the things were so clear. I would like to definitely say, I learned a lot from Gautam Thakur's father. He had called me 9 years back, I think 10 years back in Dadar, and he told me how to be a balance sheet. I learned a lot from him, and with that vision, I started my journey and I completed my 35 years. Today I am very proud to say, we do 540 crores, 128 countries presence with 465 crores of exports. I am very proud being a Maharashtrian. की एक मराठी माणूस असूनही आपण बऱ्याच काही गोष्टी करू शकतो आणि आपण करू शकतो. ही बँक जी आहे ना, सारस्वत कोऑपरेटिव्ह बँक, यांनी मला माझ्या पूर्ण जर्नीमध्ये कन्सॉर्शियम पण केलं नाही. फंडेड नॉन फंडेडपर्यंत आम्ही 118 कोटीवरती फॅसिलिटी घेऊन गेलो, पण कधी त्याने आम्हाला अडवलं नाही आणि प्रत्येक वेळेला पैसे दिले. मला एवढंच सांगावं लागतं की आपण माझ्यासारखीच बरेच SME आणि MSME इथे आहात. आपण एक विजन घ्या आणि त्या विजनने प्रवास करा. आय एम शुअर तुमची इंटिग्रिटी आणि विजन जर क्लिअर असेल तर सक्सेस इज विथ अस. कारण माझ्यासाठी एकच शेवटची एक माझी एक इच्छा होती की शेवटी माझी इंटिग्रिटी मी कॉमन मॅनमध्ये जाऊन माझा शेअर त्याला देईन आणि मी माझं स्वप्न पुरी करीन. मी तुम्हाला सांगतो, मी माझं स्वप्न आणि माझं विजन 2100 कोटीच्या व्हॅल्युएशनने कंप्लीट केला. आणि एक गोष्ट पण मला सांगावीशी वाटते आपल्याला. कालच मला माझ्या बऱ्याचशा मित्रांनी कॉंग्रॅच्युलेशन केलं आणि एक लिस्ट त्यांनी शेअर केली. IIFLने एक लिस्ट इंडियासाठी एक पब्लिश केली की ज्याच्यामध्ये व्हॅल्युएशन्समध्ये कोण हायेस्ट आणि काय नंबरवरती आहेत. व्हेरी प्राऊड टू से ॲज अ महाराष्ट्रीयन आय एम ऑन 614th पोझिशन. माझं एकच म्हणणं आहे, बँक सारस्वत मी माझ्या आयुष्यात कधी सोडू शकत नाही. आज आमच्याकडे पैसेही आहेत, पण मी माझ्या नेहमी माणसांना सांगतो की ह्या बँकेने सारस्वतने मला घडवलं. मी सारस्वतमुळे मोठा झालो. सारस्वतचे जे नातं आणि जे लग्न मी केलं ते मी आयुष्यात कधी विसरू शकणार नाही. आय एम व्हेरी हॅपी दॅट आय ॲम in with a very good bank, and that's Saraswat. I'm very proud to say it's my community bank. And I'm very proud to be as a Saraswat with you. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thakur Sahib, thank you.
एक मिनिट वाघ साहेब तुम्हाला बोके देतील रांगणेकर सर. Actually, now Saraswat, although it started off as a community bank, as today is not restricted to the community, it has become a bank for all of Maharashtra, and not only Maharashtra, we are present in 7 states already: Goa, Karnataka, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, and that footprint is going to expand. But I feel that we are, of course, we have our roots in our community, about which we are always proud, and we will carry that forward. But as we grow, we want to be seen as the bank of young entrepreneurs. We want to, stand by them everywhere. Once you are big, everybody will come with offer letter. But first, Saraswat Bank will be there when you are wanting to grow. So that is something which we will keep on doing, and we draw inspiration from stories like yours. Next, I request Shri Harindra Sanghvi sir, Hindustan Pencils. Yes, sir. I request Banerjee sahab. All of you in school and college must have used these Natraj or Apsara pencils. Mind you, this journey has started 56 years ago. 56 years ago, that old account this is. And they are India's largest pencil manufacturers, and they sell pencils in 50 countries all over the world. And again, this is one more Saraswat story. Of course, they are now very big, but I am sure. And one thing very important, just like Mr. Wagh and many of our borrowers, is that there is a huge social footprint. He runs a college, Natraj Educational Trust, and Arts College, Commerce College, also Teachers Training College in Bhavnagar in Gujarat, which is for rehabilitation and paramedical training, especially for education in cerebral palsy, then training for teachers for the deaf and dumb. I mean, see, look at it, not only a big business, but a huge social impact. And we are proud of you, sir. Please, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thakur and the Board of Directors. I joined business in 1970, and my dad was telling me how we started with Saraswat Cooperative Bank with a 5 lakh rupees loan. And the reason we had, at that time Mr. Varerkar was there and Mr. Sansgiri was there. We started at that time. And till today, we always insist that our lead banker will always be Saraswat Bank, lifetime. Because the seed is there from which the tree has grown. So the fruits what we are reaping today is from that seed what we got when we were very, very small. And we have worked along with Saraswat Bank as lead bank with many other bankers. But we always, want to continue with Saraswat Bank for lifetime, generation to generation. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I see this, you might not know, but Reliance Industries started with Syndicate Bank. And now Reliance needs no money. Perhaps they can start their own bank also. But whenever there is a requirement, Reliance still banks with Syndicate. So, anybody in business realizes that, those who are there in a long-term commitment, it is always with, there are otherwise offer letter लेके घूमने वाले बहुत है, but कभी-कभी हम लोगों ने ये भी देखा है कि sometimes clients go out and then again they come back because they experience this, that, we have commitment towards this thing, and small issues can be set aside and can be discussed. Next, I request Shri Yashesh Jhaveri of Yasho Industries. Acha, Shri Vinod Jhaveri sir is also here. Yes. Okay, Yashesh will come. And again, a long relation of about 20 years. They are manufacturers of various aroma, cosmetics, rubbers. Their products are exported to all countries, I think major Western and Asian countries. Exports constitute about 64% of their sales, and we recently funded one of their projects at Dahej in Gujarat. Sir.
Thank you everyone, and let me say thanks to the board for inviting us and being with us in such a long time. We've been with Saraswat Bank since more than 20 years, and we have grown with them, and they have always been with us during our good times and the bad times. And I thank the board, and they have supported us a lot well, as well as the full team. They have always been supportive, and whenever any requirements just come up, they have always come up front. Thank you very much, and we expect to have a much more healthier relationships in the future. Thank you.
Savaikar Sahib will give him a bouquet. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Ajit Gunjikar, RX Laboratories and Bioxera Pharma. Again, you will not imagine this. This is a third generation, 5-decade-old relationship. Dr. Gunjikar has 38 years of experience in pharmaceutical formulations and drugs. I request Rangnekar sir to please give him a bouquet. They have an international standard manufacturing facility in Ambernath. He was also Adarsh Sabhasad of Saraswat Bank in our 100th year. President of All India Saraswat Cultural Organization. He is also in various social and cultural initiatives. Dr. Gunjikar, please.
Chairman Shri Gautam Thakur, eminent members of the board, and friends, I must thank you, Chairman, for giving me this opportunity to be here and share my thoughts. As he rightly said, we've been banking with Saraswat Bank for almost 6 decades now, and I have my experience with the bank for almost 35-40 years. My impression of the bank in one sentence, frankly, bank with a smile. That smile which gives confidence to the borrower and even to a small depositor. That smile which gives trust, feeling of belonging to the bank. And that's why I feel it's my bank. Bank is in 104th year. This was founded by the visionaries then on a very sound footing. And later on the successor carried it through in a glorious manner. The real spurt in the growth of the bank that we all have seen is because of late Shri Eknathji Thakur. He was a visionary, and I am really happy to see that Shri Gautam Thakur has carried the baton equally successfully. Let's give a really big hand to him. And this is all about leadership, basically. All people sitting here Most of them I know really very personally, and they are leading by example. I have seen the dedication with which this team works, and they are leading by example to all the employees of Saraswat Bank, and that gives the confidence to the borrowers and to the depositors for the bank. So I am sure that our bank is going to grow much, much, much bigger in time to come, and my all the best wishes to Shri Gautam Thakur and all the members of the bank. Thank you.
I know it's getting close to 8 o'clock, so we'll have a few more felicitations. I would like to invite Shri Vishal Sankhe, Indoco Remedies, a 70-year-old association. Indoco Remedies is a manufacturer of various pharmaceutical products and a big name in the pharma industry, whoever and our association with Shri Suresh Kare sir, who started Indoco, it goes back 70 years. May I request Rangnekar sir to please do the honors.
Good evening, everyone. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to all the prominent and the respective the board members and all the team members of the Saraswat Bank. On behalf of the Indoco Remedies, I must say Indoco is entering into the 75th year, is coming August, and as sir correctly said, we have the association of the 70 years. My personal experience with the Saraswat Bank is from this last 11 years, and it is very fruitful. It is very positive. We have been told by our respective chairman from the training, I guess, I'm the part of the treasury, so it's always the Saraswat Bank is a preferential banks in our consortiums. We have the consortium of the 11 banks. But I can say we got always a great response from the Saraswat Bank. So I personally thanks to these all members of the SME Ville Parle. I can see Abhijit sir is here. He is in my the starter journey of my career. He was the part of the SME Ville Parle branch, and we have visited personally for the industrial visits. So I congratulate to you, sir, on your growth also in the Saraswat Bank. That's it, sir. I wish all the best to the Saraswat banks, and I wish this relationship grow further in the positive way, sir. Thanks.
Now you will say I am only calling all businessmen and entrepreneurs. So of course we have some other clients of the bank who have been banking with us for long, and I will now call a few names here. I'll first call Shri Milind Gunaji, actor, writer, director. He has been with the bank since 1988. Hemant Rathi sir, may I request you to I frankly feel he needs no introduction from me. So, as you all know, he has 250 films to his credit. He is an avid photographer and a brand ambassador for forest and wildlife in Maharashtra. Would you like to kai bola?
Thank you, Gautam ji.
and all the board of directors, dignitaries, and all the eminent personalities from the business fraternity. I must say that I'm the most loyal customer of Saraswat Bank. Even my banderized branch manager will vouch for that. And my first account was with Saraswat Bank. I started with Saraswat Bank. Maybe because I am a Saraswat, there's some soft corner for them. But as Gautamji told, they have been a strong catalyst in my career also. When I was nobody, means I don't want to say that I'm somebody now, but when I was nobody, they really helped me. All my loans, they are with Saraswat Banks. And I must say one thing, I'm extremely proud to let you know that I have represented Saraswat Bank. During my modeling heydays, I was model for Saraswat Bank. So, मला असंही म्हणता येईल गौतमजी की माझा पण पायगुण आहे थोडा. कारण बरेच जे ब्रँड्स आहेत ज्यांच्या तुम्ही ब्रँड अँबॅसेडर राहिलो आहे, राईट फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र गव्हर्नमेंट फॉरेस्ट अँड वाईल्ड लाईफ, बऱ्याच लोकांची समृद्धी झाली आहे. सो लक्षात ठेवा. सो एनिवे, all my best wishes to Saraswat Bank. I'm sure they are really going to grow big. तुम्ही पण मोठे व्हा, आम्हालाही मोठे करा. धन्यवाद.
मिलिंदजी लक्षात ठेवूया नक्की. तुमचे व्हॉट्सॲपवर मला इन्व्हिटेशन येत असतात प्रीमियरचे. ऑल्सो आय वुड नाव लाईक टू कॉल Shri Sunil Karve, Chartered Accountant. He was former Senate member, University of Mumbai, former trustee, Mumbai Education Trust, MET. Tumi attas yetana, you must have seen that college which he was part of. He is a contributor to various publications such as Times of India, Hindustan Times, Lok Satta, Lokmat, Sakar. He was a keynote speaker and a panelist at one of the UNESCO events, and is active on various social cultural organizations like Kohinoor Education Trust and many others. Again, an esteemed Saraswat account holder. Karve sir, I request Lotlikar sahib, आता तुम्ही एज्युकेशन मधलेच ना, MET आणि IES, so and also Rangnekar sir, I believe you are both on some boards together, na? Chabil Das, I think you are ex-students. Karve sir.
मी मराठीत बोलण्याचा प्रयत्न करीन, कारण सारस्वत बँकेशी माझी आता माझ्या मते 33 वर्षाचं रिलेशनशिप आहे आणि त्याच्यात सारस्वत बँकेबरोबर गेल्यावर कधीच मी इंग्लिशमध्ये कोणाशी बोललेलो नाही. त्यामुळे आज माझ्या मते मी मराठीतच बोलीन, प्रयत्न करतो. म्हणजे नाही, मला एकच सांगायचं आहे की गौतम ठाकूर सरांशी माझा परिचय फार काही जुना नाही आहे, परंतु त्यांच्या वडिलांनी जे काय काम केलं ते मी बघितलेलं आहे. कारण मी 1989ला पहिल्यांदी माझं अकाउंट आणि मुंबई एज्युकेशनल ट्रस्ट MET जो ट्रस्ट मी फाउंड केला त्याचं अकाउंट 1989ला मी पहिलं सारस्वत बँकेत उघडलं. आणि सुरुवातीला चार्टर्ड अकाउंटंट असल्यामुळे मी माझं कायम माझ्या प्लॅनिंगमध्ये की बँड्राच्या माझ्या बिल्डिंगसाठी मी काय लोन घेणार नाही, म्हणून मी ग्रॅज्युअली ती बिल्डिंग बांधत गेलो. पण जेव्हा मी नाशिकला कॅम्पस केला तेव्हा 2004-05ला त्यावेळेला जवळजवळ 56 कोटीचं लोन हवं होतं मला, कारण मला पूर्ण कॅम्पस उभा करून चालू करायचं होतं. त्यावेळेला गौतम ठाकूर सरांच्या वडिलांनी जी मदत केली आहे, कारण ॲज अन एज्युकेशनल इन्स्टिट्यूशन मी त्यांना म्हटलं की सर आम्हाला जरा बिझनेसपेक्षा थोडं कमी रेटनी तुम्ही आम्हाला काही स्पेशल कन्सेशन देऊ शकता का. आणि माझ्या मते तेव्हा अनेक म्हणजे रांगणेकर सरांना आठवत असेल, कारण तेव्हाचे बोर्ड मेंबर्स काही वेगळे होते. त्यांनी स्पेशल कन्सेशन देऊन त्या नॉर्मल रेटपेक्षा कमी रेटमध्ये त्यांनी नाशिकच्या माझ्या कॅम्पससाठी लोन सँक्शन केलं. त्याच्यामुळे तो अख्खा कॅम्पस उभा राहिला. त्यामुळे माझ्या मते जसं बिझनेसना सारस्वतचा हातभार लागलेला आपण बघतोय, तसा सोशल फील्डमध्ये एज्युकेशनल इन्स्टिट्यूट्सना सुद्धा सारस्वतचा मोठा हातभार आहे. आणि आय विश दॅट इट ग्रोज फ्रॉम हिअर. वी ऑल आर विथ यू. आम्ही सगळे शेअर होल्डर्स आहोत. आता तुम्ही आम्हाला राईट इश्यू देणार आहात, बोनस इश्यू पण द्याल पुढे, अशी आशा करतो. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच. एक छोटं ऑब्झर्वेशन. आय थिंक सारस्वत, वाय इट इज डिफरंट, I think nobody must have seen in any function of this kind, the chairman himself is actually comparing and introducing every member. I think that is the difference that Saraswat does.
कर्वे साहेब, कालच एक कार्यक्रम होतो, त्याच्यात मी हाच विषय बोलत होतो. प्रॉब्लेम काय होतं की आपण हेरार्कीमध्ये विश्वास ठेवतो की चेअरमन म्हणजे वरती. आता आपण क्रिकेटचंच उदाहरण घ्या ना, कॅप्टननी कुठे उभं राहायचं असं सांगितलेलं असतं का? तो बॉलिंगही करू शकतो, तो विकेट किपिंगही करू शकतो. तसं मी का नाही कॉम्पेअरिंग करू शकत? I know we are nearing the end of our scheduled time. We also have a planned cocktail and dinner where we can mingle and talk for quite some time. As they say in bankers, JP Morgan here, Captain Morgan there. But before that, one last felicitation as a token of respect to all of you. Here is a story which all of you, I need not introduce to you, is Shri Nilesh Gupta, Vijay Sales. Now, if you all know, if you go to Mahim, next to, I think, St. Michael's school, there is this shop, Vijay Sales. His father, in 1967 or so, he started his first shop of 150 square feet there in Mahim, which was funded by Vijay Sales. The story is like this. Next door there is a Saraswat colony, so the branch manager used to stay there. And his father would collect, that time there was no digital money and all that. So the cash he would collect and give to the branch manager at home, and the branch manager would deposit it in the bank next day morning. That was the relation. And today they own 120 showrooms all over India. Mumbai, Thane, Pune, Ahmedabad, Surat, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, with 3,000 employees. And I think about 1,700 of their salary accounts are also with Saraswat. Now this is a story for the young entrepreneurs. I met them in Mission Samruddhi, you were all there. So you see, we are there to be there with you, to stand by you. But the entrepreneurial spirit is yours. And it has to be that way, that vision. And then now this is the second generation, and maybe the second generation of our board also, but we still have the same relationships. लेकिन अभी वो कैश देने के लिए घर आना नहीं पड़ता, डायरेक्ट डिपॉजिट होता है डिजिटल में. So, but this is the story. This is not only the story of Saraswat Bank, this is the story of all of you, of people like Vijay Sales. Nilesh ji.
Thank you, Chairman sir, and my respect to the entire board and everybody present in the hall. I think the most important, we started with Saraswat Bank more than 40 years back, And it's been a beautiful relationship, a relationship of trust, I think most important. And in my observation, there are two reasons for the success of this bank, of our bank, Saraswat. The first one is the entire team of Saraswat. They have actually, right from day one till today, I think they are responsible for this brilliant success of the bank. And a big round of applause to the entire team of Saraswat. Next, I think, is the reason for Saraswat is they are one of the few brands. I'm not talking of only banking, in any industry, which have changed with time. So as somebody has rightly said, change is the only constant, and I think that's been the philosophy of Saraswat. And I strongly believe these two are the main important pillars on which Saraswat is growing and will always continue to grow. And the third is the most important, which is there in banking, is the trust, which I think all of us have experienced. Thank you.
One last felicitation. Shri Prakash Goti has come all the way from Surat, I'm told. Dharmanand Diamonds, in the business of cutting and polishing rough diamonds. Banerjee sir, please. He is a DTC site holder status. That is a African mining company, you know, DTC. It's a rare thing in the diamond industry. Workforce of around 5,000, strategic offices in India, Hong Kong, Belgium, US. Would you like to share your thoughts? Anyway, so that's it for the evening. As I said, there are many others whom we would have loved to speak to, but we'll mingle and, you know, as we go along with the cocktails and dinner program. And I thank you very much. But before, that's not my job. Aarti Madam, I request you to call in the vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
I am here to propose the vote of thanks. I know it was a rainy day, full of traffic, and you had to come to the land's end. So still, due to the love and affection with Saraswat Bank, you all have come, gathered in this big number. Thank you very much. Thank you so much from our heart. So many people have expressed their views today. It was full of emotions. I think we have gone beyond the balance sheets, beyond the loans, and we have touched the minds of people. That is what was reflected in the thoughts which were expressed. So thank you all of you for showering this love on us. And from our side, we promise that we will continue to serve you with the same zeal and same affection. Thank you so much.